What's up everyone, Dan here, and the Shadow of the Colossus review embargo date has lifted and reviews are now coming out for the game, which I am so excited about. Now, I know people are probably going to ask, I thought you only did Arrowverse stuff. No, I do gaming stuff as well, and I am interested in Shadow of the Colossus. It's one of those games I'm really looking forward to this year. It actually only comes out in, I believe, 7 or 8 days, which is crazy. Because I'm very excited for it. Now, I'm just going to quickly state, if my voice sounds off in this video, I have had the worst cold and headache for the past 4 days that I've probably ever had. It's worse than when I've been in hangovers, like it's been that bad. I've done nothing the past 4 days other than edit videos, so once again, apologise if it sounds bad in this video, but there's nothing else I can really do. I can try and mix around with it in post-processing, but we'll just have to see how that goes for the video. So the embargo did lift today, I believe 9 or 10 PM, one of those two timestamps, and the reviews have been very positive for the remaster slash remake, whatever you want to call it. At the moment when I last checked, it currently stood at a 93 on Metacritic, which is pretty good if you ask me. The original game released, I believe, in 2005, meaning that the game now is almost 13 years old. So for a 13-year-old game to re-release and get such high acclaim, if I remember correctly, the original Shadow of the Colossus, I believe, has a 97 or a 96 on Metacritic, I can't remember. But the fact that it's only dropped by 2, and that people's opinions on the game have more or less almost stayed the same 13 years later with this new version on the PS4, it's very encouraging to me as a fan of that game, because if you didn't know, Shadow of the Colossus is one of my favourite games of all time. It would easily be in my top 5 because I loved it that much. The reviews have been really good, really positive. I haven't seen any that have been giving it like lower than an 8 out of 10 from what I've seen, you know, from the reviewers and journalists that I trust. So that's very nice to see that people are actually enjoying this, and a lot of people who reviewed this game or have been given review copies never actually played it on the PS2, which I was very surprised by. And just to see their positive reactions to it, very warming to me, because I'm going to say it again, I love the game, so whenever people are praising it, it always makes the fanboy inside me very happy about it. Now, with this whole positive reception that Shadow of the Colossus has been getting, it's making me think, will this actually kickstart these, you know, more AAA story-driven games? Because, yes, I understand this game is a remake. This game originally came out almost 13 years ago, but if it's getting such positive reception now, and bear in mind in another, 3 months' time, less than 3 months, we're going to be having God of War on PS4 coming out as well, which looks to be definitely, you know, a AAA story-driven, you know, linear game. Will this bring, you know, this re-emergence of these story-driven games, which have been really lacking this generation, in my opinion? The last one that I really played that hooked me, to be honest with you guys, was probably Uncharted 4, because we've just been lacking them. We've been lacking all these linear, story-driven AAA games, and hopefully, you know, with the start of this year, we're actually going to get that, because I just feel like we've had a massive lack of them, and the fact that this game is getting such good praise from critics helps me in my belief that that might happen, that we might actually get more of these kinds of games, or even just remasters of old games that are just very story driven. I've only seen a few videos of Shadow of the Colossus because I want to experience the graphics for myself. I've literally only seen the trailer they put at E3, and I think one small gameplay snippet from a review. But other than that, I've literally seen nothing of Shadow of the Colossus on PS4, just because I want to go into that game with as fresh eyes as possible, so when I see those updated graphics, you know, it impresses me even more. But I'm just happy that, you know, this game is doing so well critically. Of course, we're still yet to see how it will do with, you know, general audiences when the game comes out then, and of course you've also got to factor in sales as well. And I do hope this game sells well, because Team Ico's last game, which was The Last Guardian, which came out at the end of 2016, flopped hard. Like, I remember that game really did underperform in terms of sales, so I hope this game does well, and hopefully the critical reception will help with that. So that's it for my thoughts on the Shadow of the Colossus PS4 remakes, you know, critical reception it's been getting on Metacritic and all that. Like I said, I'm really happy for it. I hope it brings us re-emergence of story-driven games, because if it does, all the better, because I've really been missing those games this generation. So with that all being said, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, leave the video a like, and I hope to see you again next time.